Safety begins before food reaches the preparation table. It begins when products arrive at our location. Every delivery represents another point where we need to protect the food we serve. That is why receiving and storage are important parts of the Guanato's food safety system. The first principle is, food must come from approved sources. Food should be obtained through suppliers approved for Guanato's operations and consistent with applicable food safety requirements. Employees should not bring outside ingredients into the operation or substitute unapproved products simply because something is unavailable. Approved sourcing helps us maintain food safety, consistency, and accountability. When a delivery arrives, don't assume everything is acceptable simply because it came from a supplier. Inspect before accepting. Look at the condition of the product and its packaging. Is the packaging intact? Is there evidence of leakage? Are containers damaged, open, wet, crushed, or contaminated? Does the product show signs of spoilage or improper handling? Is refrigerated food arriving at the appropriate temperature? When temperature control is required, verify it according to the Guanato's receiving procedure. Remember the number from our previous lesson. Cold TCS food should generally be maintained at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Don't decide that refrigerated food is safe simply because it feels cold. When a temperature check is required, use a thermometer. If a product does not meet the receiving standard, do not simply accept it and hope the problem can be corrected later. Follow the Guanato's procedure and notify the appropriate person. Products that are damaged or contaminated may need to be rejected. Receiving is a food safety checkpoint. Once food has been accepted, it needs to be moved into proper storage promptly. Cold food belongs under proper refrigeration. Frozen products belong in frozen storage. Dry goods belong in designated dry storage areas. And products should be protected from contamination while they are being moved and stored. Don't leave temperature-controlled products sitting unnecessarily in a receiving area because another task seems more urgent. Food storage also requires organization. Guanato's products should be stored in their designated locations and according to approved procedures. Food should be protected from dirt, splash, leaks, pests, chemicals, unnecessary handling, and other potential sources of contamination. One particularly important rule is separating raw animal products from ready-to-eat foods. Imagine raw meat stored above ready-to ingredients. If it leaks, contamination could fall onto food that receives no additional cooking. Store raw animal foods according to the designated Guanato's storage system, so they cannot contaminate cooked or ready-to-eat products. Keep food appropriately covered or protected. And never place food where environmental contamination could reach it. Chemicals also need to remain separated from food and food contact items according to approved storage procedures. Another important concept is labeling. Once food has been removed from its original packaging, proper identification becomes important. Follow Guanato's procedures for labeling and date information. Do not rely on memory. Product rotation also matters. You may hear the term FIFO, first in, first out. The basic idea is to organize inventory so appropriate older product is used before newer product, consistent with its labeling. But remember, FIFO does not make unsafe food safe. Spoiled or contaminated product should not be used simply because it is the oldest. Food safety always comes first. You should also pay attention to the condition of storage equipment. If a refrigerator isn't maintaining temperature, report it. If you notice water leaking onto food, report it. If you see signs of pests or contamination, notify the appropriate manager immediately. Do not simply move questionable food. Another important responsibility is protecting food while it is being prepared or temporarily staged. Never store food directly on the floor. Food and equipment should be stored in a manner that protects them from contamination. Storage areas need to remain clean and organized. Organization isn't only about appearance. When products are properly stored, labeled, separated, and protected, employees can identify problems more easily. If you aren't sure whether a product should be accepted or used, do not guess. Hold the product and notify the manager. Never serve questionable food, simply because throwing it away would create waste. A food safety risk should not be passed to the guest. Recap. Use approved sources, inspect products, verify temperatures, and separate raw foods from ready-to-eat foods. Food safety doesn't begin when we start cooking. It begins with the products we allow into our restaurants. Next, you'll complete a short assessment on receiving, storage, and product protection. Thought. After that, we'll cover food allergen awareness and guest safety. Stay focused and keep our guests safe.